Hey guys, today we're going to do a little bit more of an intermediate workout on the reformer because we're going to do a bunch of standing stuff and some planks. If you are a little bit more of a beginner, you can still do this, but just be cautious and be careful because we're going to do a lot of standing stuff. So I have my platform extender on and I'm putting that on, and then my foot bar is going to be all the way up at the top notch. I'm putting on a single white spring, which is going to be a little bit harder, and I'm going to leave this on throughout most of the series. If your balance is a little bit more unstable, then I would go with a blue spring, or if you want a little bit less of a challenge, just go with the blue spring for the whole thing. So we're going to come up to our hands on the foot bar. I'm going to bring my toes kind of in the center of the reformer just so I have a bigger range of motion. You're going to bend your knees, press the carriage back slow, and then bend it in slow. Keeping the hips still, same level, just pressing the carriage out, slowly pulling it in. So go slow, so you're really focusing on the lower abs. Keeping the shoulders over the wrists. You can bring the shoulders past the wrists, like in towards the well a little bit more, but that makes it a little bit more of a challenge. If you have bad wrists, you can always go down to your forearms if you put the foot bar all the way down. And then you'll just have to bring it back up when we go to the leg stuff. Scooping the lower abs in, pressing out to the plank, and bend in. Let's do 4 more here. Try to have the head neutral, looking down towards the platform. We have 2 more. Last one, we're going to press out to the plank position and hold it, abs tight. Now pike the hips up to the ceiling and then back out. So when the foot bar is all the way down and you're on the wooden platform, it's definitely a little bit more of a challenge in the plank to pike. But we're just warming up the abs and shoulders. Keep the heels lifted. Try to look at the thighs and shins as you pull up. And don't pull it all the way into the stopper where you lose the contraction with the abdominals. Let's do 5 more. Exhaling as you lift up for 4. 3. Scoop those abs for 2. Last one, press out to the plank and hold it. Good. You're just going to go back a few inches and then a few inches. Since we're on a white spring, or I'm on a white spring, I can't go back as far as I normally could if I was on a blue. If you can't go back, if it's too intense, and you're feeling any tension in the back, just hold the plank. We're just going to do 5 more. 4, you're just hinging at the shoulder joint. 3. 2. Last one. Bring the carriage all the way in, bend those knees in. Close it to the stopper. I'm going to bring my right foot to the platform. And I'm going to stand all the way up. So standing up, legs straight. You're going to lift that left toe up, so you're on the ball of the toe. We're just going to lunge it back. So bending that right knee, standing straight up to the ceiling. So this is where, if you don't have as good a stability or balance, go to a blue spring. Or if you have a pole or something to hold on to, you can always hold on to that. Keep the weight in the right heel. Press up and squeeze that right glute. Try to go slow. That left leg is staying straight. And the chest will hinge forward just a little bit so you get into that glute. We're gonna do 5 more here. All the way up. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna press back and hold that lunge. Hold it for 10. You can either reach the arms back behind you, up towards the ceiling, makes it a little bit harder, or just keep the hands on your hips. 9, hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna take this back leg and bend it in. A little bend and press. You can always put your hands down on the foot bar for this one if you need a little bit more of a balance. Bend in and press. So we're just isometrically working that right quad and glute. Pull those abs in. Let's do 5 more. And 4. We have 3. For 2. Last one, press out to the lunge and hold it for 5. Get a little deeper. 4, 3, 2. Stand all the way up. I'm gonna rotate. So my right foot is still on the platform. I'm gonna bring my left toe kind of to the back corner of the reformer. We're gonna go into some side lunges. So stick your bottom back, you're gonna bend and lift up. So that right leg is bending still, left leg is still. You can kind of have that right leg kind of up against the foot bar. So you A, have stability, but also then you're not moving the body outward. So sit back, you're sticking your butt out and landing up. So the chest will naturally bend forward as you're doing a side lunge, but try not to just drop the chest and not bend that right leg. Still pressing through that heel, light on the toes. 5 more. We have 3. Press up 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it out. Okay, hold it for 5. Squeeze that right glute. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna go up an inch and down an inch. So you're just kind of bending and straightening that right leg slightly. The carriage will move a little. Go slow. 3. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold that squat, hold it, and stand all the way up. Keeping both legs straight, I'm gonna bring my left foot so it's in line with the right foot. It's about an inch or 2 away from the reformer. If you want more inner thigh, just bring your foot out to the center a little bit more. Chest tall, just straight legs, press it out. And slowly zipping up through the inner thighs all the way into the stopper. Lengthen long, pull it in slow. The slower you pull, the more inner thighs you're working. If you just let the springs pull you in, then you won't be really using the inner thighs. Slow, slow, slow. Make sure that pelvis is tucked under. Press out. As you pull the carriage in, think about lengthening up through that spine, through the crown of the head, up towards the ceiling. Press out slow, in slow. You want to take about 5 seconds to pull that carriage into that stopper. You can take it longer if you need. Press all the way out. Slowly pull. Let's do 5 more here. Press out 4. Really try to focus on those inner thighs, squeezing in towards each other. Press out and slowly pull for 3. all the way in. 2. Last one, we're gonna hold there. Hold it 10, tuck the pelvis 9, hold it 8, 7, hold it 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna pull the carriage in for a count of 10, so slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, very slow, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way to the stopper. One more time, the count is 10. Press all the way out. Slow, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now slowly pull. 10, 9, hold it, 8, 7, you see it, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way in. Now you're gonna turn your toes out slightly, so you're in a slight second position. Press the carriage out about an inch, or you can go a little further if you want. We're gonna do a little plie squat. So squat it down and lift up. So your feet and knees are turned out to the side. You wanna try to keep that carriage as still as possible as you squat down and lift up. You may move about an inch. A lot of focus on the inner thighs. Inhale down, exhale to lift up. So for this one, try to keep that chest lifted. You don't really want to bend the chest really for this one. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it down. Hold it, 10, squeeze those glutes, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold it, hold it. We're just gonna kick that left leg out a little bit and pull it in. Very tiny, try to keep both legs, even weight on both legs. Should feel that inner thigh a little bit more. Press out an inch and in an inch. Keeping the feet evenly on the reformer. Out and 5. Good, pull for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, come all the way in and send it all the way up. Woo. Bring the carriage in. We're gonna put our hands back on the reformer, or on the foot bar. Put your toes back on the carriage. Now I'm gonna rotate my toes so they're to the left side, so my heels are to the right. And I'm gonna press the carriage back into a plank and then bend those knees in slow. So I'm working that right oblique, pressing it out, slowly pull. Keeping the shoulders still, you're just pressing, moving at the legs. One more here. Make sure you pull in slow, so you're really squeezing that right side. Last 2. Last one, you're gonna press all the way up to the plank and hold it. The legs are still slightly rotated. Just go up an inch and down an inch, keeping the legs straight. So it's a little tiny motion. Trying to squeeze that right oblique a little deeper. 5 more little pulses. If you can't pulse, just hold the plank. 3 more. Or 2. 1, hold it, bend the knees all the way in. We're gonna do the other side after we do this other left leg. So I'm gonna bring my left foot to the platform. My right foot is on the reformer. You're gonna lift that heel up of the right foot. We're gonna go into that front lunge. Bend that left knee and all the way up straight. So the right leg is staying still, just the left leg is bending. Go slow. Pressing through that left heel, light on the toes. Five more in this variation. Last 2. Last one, you're gonna press all the way back into that lunge and hold it. 10, 9, squeeze that left glute, 8, hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you're gonna bend that right knee in and press it back. So isometrically working that left quad. Again, if you need to, you can put the hands on the foot bar. If you need some stability. Go slow. Keep breathing. We have 5 more. Last 3. Press out 2. Last one, press out, hold it, hold. Woo, and stand all the way up. All right, step onto the platform. We're gonna rotate, face the back. So my left foot is still on the platform. My right toe is gonna go slightly to the back of the front edge of the reformer. Have your left foot up in line with the foot bar just so you have that stability. You're gonna bend that left knee into side lunge, all the way up, squeezing that left glute. Go slow. So as you lunge, stick your butt out, crossing through that left heel. Five more here. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, press back and hold that lunge. Hold it still. We're gonna go up an inch and down an inch with that left leg. So most of the weight is in that left foot. Hand leg, squeezing the glute quad. Go slow. Keep breathing. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it, hold, and stand all the way up. Let's bring our right foot so it's in line with the left foot. The right foot is about an inch away from the edge of the reformer. Chest tall or going into side splits. Press the carriage out as far as you can. And slowly pull it in for a count of 5. Slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, press all the way out. Keep that pelvis tucked under. Zip up through the inner thighs. Each time you pull in. The slower you go, the more you'll feel the inner thighs. You want to try to have even weight on both legs. As you pull in, so you're zipping up through these inner thighs, lengthening through the crown of the head all the way up to the ceiling. We have 3 more like this, going slow. Last one, press out and hold it. Hold it for 10, squeeze those inner thighs, 9, chest tall, 8, 7, hold it, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna pull in for a count of 10, so slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, press the carriage all the way out as far as you can. Hold it for a second, hold it, and pull it in 10 seconds. 10, 9, slow, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way in. Woo. Okay, turn your toes out slightly. So you're in second position. Press the carriage out about an inch. Chest tall, we're gonna go to a little plie squat. So bend the knees, press all the way up, squeezing the inner thighs. Try to keep that carriage as still as possible. Each time you lift up, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. We have 5 more. Press out 4, or up, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it low and just press that right leg out an inch, in an inch. Got an even weight on both feet, digging through that heel to pull that carriage back underneath that knee. So just that right foot is moving slightly. We have 8, 7, 2. Last one, hold that squat, hold it, hold it, hold it. And stand all the way up and then bring the carriage all the way in. You turn both feet off the platform, hands back on the foot bar, toes back on the reformer. Now I'm gonna rotate my toes so my heels are to the left, toes are to the right. Bend those knees, we're gonna press out into the plank. Hold it. Now bend those knees and slow. Squeezing that left oblique this time. Go slow. We're gonna do 3 more here. Keep those heels lifted. The shoulders are still. Last one, we're gonna press all the way out to the plank and hold it. The feet are still rotated. You're just gonna do an inch up and an inch down. Try to squeeze through that left oblique. Go slow. Last one, hold that plank, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, bend the knees in, come all the way down. Come down to the knees. Now I'm gonna take the foot bar, put it all the way down. I'm gonna turn around. So I still have on a single weight spring. If you want, again, you can keep that blue spring on if you had it on, or if you need a little bit more back support, put on a blue spring. We're gonna do a few more abs. So we give our wrists a little breather. My hands are gonna go down to, or forearms down to the reformer. And you're in a modified push-up position. So knees are on the platform, tucking the pelvis under. All we're gonna do is push the arms out a few inches and in a few inches. A little saw motion. So going slow, keeping the knees down and elbows down for now. Exhaling as you pull the elbows just underneath the shoulders, scooping through those abs and lats. Go slow. Keep tucking the pelvis under, scooping through those abs. I'd rather have it a little bit more rounded than arched. 5 more. Press out for 4. We have 3. For 2. Last one, hold it out as far as you can. Hold it, squeeze that butt 5. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and pull it all the way in. We're gonna go up to our hands. My hands are kind of in the middle of the reformer. I like to hold on with my fingertips on the outside, just supports my wrists a little bit better. Toes onto the platform. You're gonna press out to a plank position. And you're just gonna bend the knees in. And pressing out. So you want the shoulders to stay over with the wrists the whole time. So you're using the lower abs to pull that carriage in. Without pressing out of the shoulders, head is neutral. Let's do 3 more. We have 2. Last one. Press all the way out. You're gonna hold that plank and pike those hips up to the ceiling. Scoop the belly in and press up. So it's similar plank series as we did on the foot bar, but it's a different motion because you're having to use the upper body now to help pull the carriage back in, as well as the upper abs to pull. And it should be a little bit harder since our body is lower and not as high in the foot bar. Let's do 3 more. Scoop those abs for 2. Last one. Press out to the plank. We're just gonna hold it. Abs tight. 10, 9, 8, 7. Hold it. 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold it. You're just gonna bend one knee, tap it. Doesn't have to be low. Just alternate, kind of like a running motion. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Come all the way in. Whew. Do a little child's pose, stretch those arms out in front of you. Take a few deep breaths. And roll all the way up. We're just gonna finish with a little lunge stretch. I'm gonna put my platform underneath my reformer, and I'm gonna put on a blue and a white spring and bring my foot bar all the way up to the top notch. So my right foot is up against the shoulder rest. I'm gonna bring my left foot to the foot bar. You're gonna press the carriage back slightly, lifting that chest tall, pressing that right hip forward. If this feels uncomfortable, you can always go down to the single thigh stretch on the floor. Bring that left foot on the floor, right foot up against the shoulder rest. This just gets a little deeper into the hip flexor. And you're gonna straighten that front left leg out. Then lean that chest forward. So you don't want to press the carriage too far away with that right leg. You kind of want it slightly underneath the hip, just maybe slightly back. Make sure the hips are squared off. So you should feel a deeper stretch down that left hamstring. Bend that left knee in. One more stretch forward, stretching that hip flexor. Then we'll switch legs. Left foot up against the shoulder rest. Right foot onto the foot bar. Press the carriage back slightly and pressing that left hip forward, lifting that chest tall. Straighten out that front leg. Square off the hips and lean the chest forward. So you should feel a stretch in the back of the right hamstring, a little bit of the calf. And that right knee all the way in, press the hip forward one more time. Breathing into that stretch. Come all the way in. And we are done. I hope you had a great workout. This was short, quick. Hope you felt the burn and the sweat going on, and I will see you next time.